Hey, what's good, people? I'm Just Science, and this week I'm going to continue our discussion about the fundamentals of art and design. Last week we discussed the elements of design, which are the basic building blocks needed to form any type of artwork. Today we'll be talking about the principles of art. These are the more creative theories and techniques we can use to make our artwork unique and stand apart from the rest. So the first one of these principles is contrast. Contrast can be a dramatic difference between light and dark, contrasting colors like blue and orange, or a contrast in color saturation levels. The next principle is balance, and while this one's a little difficult to explain, we can see it used in this image. Although the three elephants on the right-hand side of this image take up much more space and are a much brighter color than the duck on the left, the image still feels visually balanced because of the color and position of the duck. For one, yellow and blue are contrasting colors found on opposite sides of the color wheel. Second, by positioning the duck lower and to the left of the three elephants, the eye is visually drawn down to the lower left-hand side of the page, and this movement of our attention creates a balance in our mind. Lastly, if we think about the physics of a seesaw, by this representation, we assume that the duck is heavier than all three elephants stacked on top of each other. The next principle is emphasis, and a lot of times we use contrast in order to create emphasis in our image. Notice the contrasting red on green of this ladybug on the leaf. This color contrast demands attention from the eye and therefore creates an emphasis on the ladybug in this image. Next, I want to talk about scale and perspective. We can use contrasting scale in order to create a unique perspective as seen in this series of moon photography. We can also create interesting forced perspectives this way. Another principle is pattern, and though this one is pretty self-explanatory, here's a few images to back it up. Pattern is very similar to the element texture and can often be seen as the same. It does, however, change slightly when we talk about the next principle, rhythm. Though we're all used to thinking about rhythm in music, images can also contain a visual rhythm, which is easier to feel than it is to understand. In these images, we can see how using unique line and pattern combinations creates very interesting rhythms visually. In these images, we also see a lot of another principle called movement. Another principle that's a little bit difficult to explain is unity. And while patterns can attain unity by simply repeating the same color or shape, we can use the girl in this photo as an example of creating unity between the contrasting sky and water in the upper and lower portions of this photo. The last principle I want to discuss is called hierarchy. And by using multiple combinations of all the elements and principles that we've discussed so far, the artist can create a visual hierarchy in the image. And this is how the artist can subliminally direct the attention of the viewer to elements in the frame in a specific order. Though this doesn't work all the time for everyone, here's a few examples. So when I look at this image, my eye is first drawn to the contrasting white square on red in the background of the middle. I then notice the crossing stairwells above, and finally my attention is drawn down to the railing surrounding the basement. Whereas in this image, the first thing I see is the violent waves on the surface above, and then the directional pattern of the lines in the sand bring me to the fish watching in suspense. So hopefully that gives you a better understanding of the principles and fundamentals of art. Next week, we'll discuss the rules of composition so your layouts can be as good as possible. Make sure to follow me at Just Science on Twitter and go to jscibeats.com to check out my beats and royalty-free licensed music. Thanks for watching. Bless.